Hello, and welcome to Training Part 2 for Agriculture, Food, and Natural Resources. I am Shelley Souls, and I am the Career and Technical Education Coordinator at the Minnesota Department of Education. Hopefully by now you've had the opportunity to watch Training Part 1 before continuing with Training Part 2. Training Part 1 discussed the purpose of program approval and covered the application spreadsheet tabs 1, 3, and 5. As you can guess, today's Training 2 for Agriculture, Food, and Natural Resources is going to cover tabs 2 and 5 of the application spreadsheet, as well as talking about some important syllabi and evidence that it needs to be submitted as well. So for today's agenda, we're going to talk about different updates in career and technical education and AFNR, Agriculture, Food, and Natural Resources. I'm going to offer some resources for you completing the career and technical education program approval application, specifically talk about tabs 2 and tabs 4, and also give you a timeline for when all of this can be submitted. As a resource, we talked at the training number 1 about the program approval application form. Make sure that you are utilizing the most up-to-date program approval application form. We also spoke about the program approval database, the checklist and timeline, and the Table C during training 1. As a reminder, Table C is a list of career and technical education programs, course codes, and licenses aligned to the different programs within career and technical education. And as we mentioned, on the first tab of the application, there is a very nice directions and checklist tab. We ask you to refer to that for any specific questions as you're going through filling out the form. All of these resources can be found by visiting our program approval webpage at the website listed on your screen. As a reminder from training 1, the purpose of program approval is to be in compliance with Minnesota Rule 3505.2550, which lists all of the requirements for program approval in career and technical education. Some of the reasons why we do this is to validate the course rigor and alignment to state and national frameworks. We need to see that there are all of the design components embedded into the program. We need for our career and technical education programs to be aligned to the federal Perkins goals, workforce needs, industry standards, and post-secondary programming. There also needs to be evidence that there is career and technical education in each one of our programs. It's probably been about 5 years since you filled out a program approval form, or it's been done in your district. So just a few reminders of some changes that have happened since then. All of the courses that you will be applying for with your AFNR program approval application need to embed very specific agriculture, food, and natural resource careers, academic and technical skills into the curriculum. That is to say, just because a course is taught by an AFNR teacher doesn't mean it's always CTE. And just because a course is taught by an AFNR teacher doesn't mean it aligns to the AFNI standards or frameworks. Please also be reminded that your course name match the syllabi that is submitted along with the application. And a reminder, change is good. We have updated the program approval application form, so please don't try to copy and paste from the old form. The changes have been improvements and efficiencies to help you complete the form more easily and quickly. There have also been some changes to Table C. Program and course codes have been updated since your last program approval round, and course descriptions have been added so you can better align your courses with the course code that's listed. Also be aware that Minnesota AFNR frameworks and national AFNR standards have changed in the last 5 years. So what are the requirements when applying for program approval? On a syllabi, which is a required piece of evidence that needs to be submitted, you should include a course description, content outline, and alignment to agriculture, food, and natural resource careers, authentic assessments, student development, career exploration, safety, and include your local CTE standards. New in our statutes of Minnesota, there is a requirement that each district develop local elective standards for the CTE programs they offer. That should be included in your syllabi. Now let's go to tab 2. Tab 2 of the application form asks for program design components. The program design components specifically are student leadership development. Does your program offer a career technical student organization to the students in the program? What are the career exploration and experiential learning opportunities for students? And how do you assure that students are learning safety in alignment with the AFNR industry? Let's dive into those a little deeper. Student leadership. Student leadership is more than just FFA. Student leadership is how is that embedded, how are employability skills embedded into your coursework? So very specifically, when asked about student leadership, please give us information about the activity-based opportunities that have defined leadership development outcomes. Some of the student leadership or some of the employability skills are above a line on the top: problem solving, technical literacy, ethics, and financial well-being. A great example for tab 2 on student leadership would be a paragraph like the one you see below. Students participate in a specific service project. They develop decision-making skills when they do this. They develop communication skills and teamwork skills when they do this. And they also learn how to think critically because of this. So one good sample of what you could include in tab 2 under student leadership. The next question is very specific to what CTSO, your district and program have available to students. Specifically for AFNR, it is usually FFA. Tab 2 also asks a question about career development, exploration, and experiential learning. Many examples can be listed on tab 2. Some of them are work-based learning, mentorships, job shadows, career fairs, participation in business and industry organization events, and tours. Please be specific on this question as well. Tab 2, again, is safety. How are your students in the AFNR program learning about safety? We have a lot of resources on our career and technical education webpage. Please be specific when you're filling out this tab on the application form. Again, as I mentioned in training 1, we want to know what you're doing in your program. So be as specific as possible. You can also add this information to your syllabi or other pieces of evidence that are submitted along with the application form. Tab 4, District Career and Technical Education courses. Please make sure that you have looked at our table C and that all course names are aligned to an AFNR career pathway. You will see those there on the right. We want to make sure that there is a distinct reason for the courses and that courses align and lead towards a career pathway. As a reminder, there should be one course number per line. As I stated, please refer to Table C, which is on our MDE program approval webpage. Course codes and names cannot be used more than once, so just be aware of that. Make sure you're also reading the course descriptions so you can best align your courses to the AFNR frameworks. If you have a work-based learning coursework in your agriculture, food, and natural resource program, specifically for program 019090, there is additional evidence that is required beyond the course syllabi. You do need to be sure, along with the application, to submit evidence of the training plan template, the training agreement template, and the evaluation template. All of this can be found on our MDE webpage under the Work-Based Learning Sample Forms menu. As a reminder, all completed application materials need to be submitted to MDE Program Approval Mailbox. That is to mde.cte.program.approval@state.mn.us. All program approval forms and evidence are required to be into our offices no later than November 1st. Whoop, that should be 2024. Please reach out to MDE with any questions you may have. Thank you for your time. Again, my name is Shelley Souls. I'm the Career and Technical Education Coordinator, and very soon joining our team will be Lindsay Brockberg. She will be our brand new Agriculture, Food, and Natural Resources Specialist. Thank you for your time. Have a great rest of your day.